Hello and welcome to Sideways. In this Christmas Eve episode, Martin tells us something he's never told anyone before. It's hardly the greatest story ever told, but it's quite entertaining nonetheless. And we have a short discussion about inappropriate Christmas gifts. Christmas confessions. All right, pal?
Yeah, not bad, mate. Yeah, how about you?
I'm all right, thanks. I can see a little bit of wispy hair on the top of your head this morning.
I know, well, I shaved it all off, but it's growing back.
Yeah, it's funny that about hair, isn't it?
Well, no, it's bizarre. But now we've gone into tier 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how long it'll be before I can get to the barbers again. I might just keep shaving it off myself.
You might look like Methuselah.
We touched on last week. Well,
Yeah.
At age 969.
Yeah. Are they new glasses?
No, they're old ones, mate. No.
You look a bit like Harry Hill today.
What are the chances of that happening? Not a very good Harry Hill impression, was it?
Not really. I mean, that's if you're going to go for a Harry Hill impression, that would probably be the phrase you choose.
It is, really, yes. What he's best known for.
It's like, if you want to do Frank Spencer, what would you choose?
Probably Old Betty or the cat done a whoopsie in my beret. One of those, something like that.
Precisely. Yeah. Oh, well. So what's happening then? Not much is happening, is it really? Because we're all kind of proper locked down and that again.
We are, yes. We're getting people that are on our Zoom groups. We've had some positive tests.
Have you?
Yeah, it's all sort of worrying times, isn't it? It
is. How's it affecting you? How's it affecting your mental health, do you think?
Pretty badly.
Yeah.
Pretty bad. What personally or overall?
Well, both really.
Both really. Yeah. It is a worry. I mean, it's a bigger worry this second wave, isn't it? Especially based here in Kent, than it was the first wave, really. I've known a lot more people that have contracted the virus and are suffering with it at the moment.
Mm. Well, let's hope you can stay healthy.
Well, quite, yeah, especially over the Christmas period.
Yeah, I mean, I hope I stay healthy as well. But anyway. So what else is new? Anything?
It's Billy Bragg's birthday today. If that's any good to you, how old do you reckon he is?
Billy Bragg. I'm going to say 64.
1 year out. 63.
Have you rung him to wish him a happy birthday?
I haven't as yet, mate. No. Anyway, yeah, we're battling on a bit. Then. Hey, well, I wanted to talk to you about Christmas confessions.
Oh, Christmas confessions.
Yeah. That's my working title. I mean, the idea came to me from. Do you remember you sent me a link? It was to the Archers omnibus.
Yeah,
and it was a couple of weeks ago, and it was great. It was quite an intense bit of drama, where the wife is confessing her alcoholism to her husband.
Yeah,
and I thought it was treated really well, and I liked the way it portrayed the emotions that swung violently, from the extremes of anger to the sort of softness of sympathy.
When she was locked in the bathroom.
Yeah, It was quite extreme, but I thought it was good. I mean, both you could hear both the characters going through these range of emotions. Yeah. And they sort of swung back and forth, and sometimes they sort of collided in the middle when sort of some useful dialogue took place. And I thought it's great. Yeah, I thought it was a powerful portrayal of the problem. And we come across it in groups so often.
Yeah,
when the person with the addiction issue has trouble keeping their partner on side and trying to make them sort of desperately understand the nature of the condition.
You think that's? Obviously some of that is to do with the massive kind of roller coaster of emotion that the addict is going through, but that it's also to some degree a part of the inevitability that the partner doesn't understand what's going on, right? I mean, it's kind of at one moment infuriating, at the next moment terrifying.
Yeah, I do, and that's why it was portrayed so well on The Archers, because it went through those emotions, and yeah, it is. I mean, it is. You've got to take your hats off to the partners that have to deal with these issues, because it is terrifying. It's terrifying for both parties. But someone watching on, pretty much helpless, it must be awful.
Yeah.
And I think it's not just the nature of the condition, but it's sort of the nuances associated with the recovery process as well, which does cause issues and can lack understanding. I know we've probably talked about it in the past, but I know I remember someone I knew from AA thought that their partner thought that AA was a cult, and they were trying to sort of drag them away from their marriage.
Really?
It was quite bizarre. But again, I think it was just a reaction to suddenly this person being out of the house and starting to change as a person, which is quite difficult for everyone, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, as you say, we've discussed that before. When for whatever reason, whether it's in recovery or whether they're in therapy or whatever else, when one partner starts to change significantly through their own kind of voyage of personal discovery, that it does put a lot of pressure on relationships.
Yeah, it does. It does, and we see it so often. Thankfully, mostly they're happy outcomes. When someone does get their recovery under control, their alcoholism under control, and their recovery is in full swing, it tends to smooth the path. It really does.
Well, that storyline that you're referring to in The Archers, Alice, who's the alcoholic, you probably haven't. Have you listened to it since? I don't suppose you have. I haven't sort of converted you on to be a sort of lifelong Archers fan now.
You haven't. No, it was an interesting storyline, but whether I could pick up the script this late in the day, I don't know.
Well, it's been running for about 50 years, so you've got there's a fair catalogue to catch up on if you fancy going back over it. But no, what I was going to say was that particular storyline has run on a little bit because she did subsequently go into detox. She's only in for a fortnight, which struck me as quite a short period of time. But anyway, when she came out again and her husband Chris went to pick her up, he was asking her about what had gone on in there and how it was and everything. She just didn't want to talk about it at all. She was like, no, I don't want to talk about it. It's behind me. It's all dealt with. I don't want to talk about drink. I just want to get back to my life. And I can remember when I was listening to it, I was thinking, oh, that's not a good sign. That sort of, it's almost like the denial has taken on a different shape. Yeah.
The first take on it is that, no, 2 weeks isn't a short period just for detox. In fact, a lot of it's done over either 7 or 10 days. Yeah, it's not unusual for detox to be over at such a short period. I mean, a lot of people at the moment are doing it at home. Yeah. Given the appropriate medication, doing it at home, which has added pressures as well. But anyway, it sort of led that confession, which I thought was very brave, but it sort of led me on to thinking about other confessions in general, really. Especially Christmas-related ones. This is going out on Christmas Eve, isn't it? Is it going
on Christmas Eve? It will go on. Yeah, is Christmas Eve Thursday?
Yeah, I think so. It is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it is. We'll go at Christmas Eve. Obviously, everyone will listen to it because nobody's got anything else to do, have they? Certainly not in this area.
No, they're all stuck inside. I think I know what I'd do. I'd listen to a bit of Sideways, cheer myself up a bit. Anyway, the confession. We talked before about the confession I made about wrapping up some booze as a present from my brother back in the days when I was still on the juice myself.
Putting it in the loft.
Putting it in the loft and then dragging it down, unwrapping it and drinking it myself and giving him a pair of socks. Such was my need for alcohol at that point. But there was another confession that I wanted to sort of unburden myself with, if you like.
Okay. Is this?
I don't think I've ever told it to you before.
Wow.
It's where I ruined a couple of people's Christmas quite accidentally. But it's not funny. I'm sure they were.
I bet it will be funny.
Okay, well, you can be the judge of that because I know the story. So.
Okay, yeah.
All right. It was back in the 80s, so it's a long time ago now.
Yeah, time is a great healer, as they say.
Yes, it is. It is. But I feel it's time to unburden myself with this particular one. Okay, so it's a long time ago, but it was when I was running my own financial services business, and I had a corporate client over in we'll just say the Midway towns at the moment. Okay, I don't want to any more closer definition than that, but it was over in the Midway towns. I used to run their pension scheme for them.
Yeah.
And they used to have a bit of a bash each year at Christmas, but it used to be a lunchtime sort of affair.
Oh.
And Yeah, and so they invited me along, and it's one of those things you feel, well, I'll go along and I'll show my face, and that's that, and just to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. Obviously, I'll be driving, so it's quite dangerous for me to go somewhere where there's too much drink, even back then.
Yeah.
So I knew a short stay would be fine. So I went over there, and because I remember, unfortunately, I'd been out the night before, so I'd had a bit of a skinful the night before. So I went over. I had a little bit of a dicky tummy. Okay, and I was there for about an hour or so, and I thought, I really need to go to the toilet. But I thought, what I'd do, I'll make my excuses and leave the soiree, and I'll go. But as I was going out, I thought, I'm not going to make it back home. I'm going to have to use the toilets in the office block there. So I went into as I went in there was a row of cubicles, and the largest one was right at the end there. Mm-hmm. And I'd used it before, and I thought, I like that one. It's quite spacey. You can
spread yourself out.
Room. Yeah, so I went in there and had a sit down, and it was all the cleaning. The cleaner had kept all her gear in there as well, because it was a nice big cubicle, because all the stuff was there. And I remember I'd finished up, and I could hear some voices out by the sinks. I thought, well, I don't want to leave this smelly in here. So what I'll do, I searched around, and in the cleaning gear, I found some spray polish, like Mr. Sheen. And I thought, well, that'd do. I can spray that in the air, because that's got a nice perfume to it. So I sort of sprayed it, and I left, and I walked out. And as I was going out the door, the boss fella was coming in. He was saying, "Oh yeah, I'm off now. Yeah, see you later. Have a happy Christmas." And so, and apparently he went in. I didn't find out this until a couple of weeks later. But apparently he went in, and he went into the same cubicle that I'd left. By which time the spray polish had sort of settled on the ground and left it like a skating rink in there. All right. So he went in there, fell straight over, slipped over. And he ruined his ligaments in his knee, and he was in plaster and on crutches over Christmas. So I'd ruined. He was supposed to be going away and everything, so it ruined it for him and his family. And not only that, they told me that he was quite a fiery character. He'd got the arse about it all and fired the cleaner, so she lost her job before Christmas as well. So I'd ruined.
My God!
I know, I called carnage, and I really didn't mean to. But I feel better now I've unburdened myself. Can you offer me forgiveness for that?
Well, I don't think it's really my place to offer you forgiveness for that. I mean, I suppose the question is, do you forgive yourself for it?
Well, it's many years gone now, but when I heard about it, I kept my head down. I thought, oh no, shall I fess up or not? But I didn't.
What the hell would you have said? I mean, I don't know how you would have. I know why that happened. That's because I sprayed some Mr. Sheen because I'd left a particularly unpleasant smell in the cubicle. I mean, what on earth possessed you to spray polish in the air, though? I mean, did you not realise that would land and it'd be slippery?
Hey, I wasn't thinking at the time. I mean, I just had to use the resources that were available to me. Do you know what I mean? The cleaner hadn't left some nice air freshener in there. It was Mr. Sheen or nothing.
So, I mean, looking back at it now, I know it's too late, obviously, but you could have waited a couple of minutes, couldn't you, until the people that were outside had left the toilet, and then you could have gone out without spraying anything. Because, I mean, usually if you went into a cubicle in a public toilet, there's not usually a plentiful supply of air freshener, is there? I mean, if you make a bad smell, you kind of have to leave it. It's very festive again this week, isn't it? Last week you were talking about vomit and defecation and wetting the bed, and this week you're talking about making terrible smells in public toilets and spraying pledge all over the place. Yeah, I know, but it did happen at the Christmas period, so I shoehorned the story into this episode. Yeah, very festive. Very festive. Did you have much to do with this particular person after that? I suppose you must have done. Yeah, he was the boss. I didn't have. Yes, I used to meet him from time to time. Mm. Yeah, but I know I was careful not to say, "Did you have a nice Christmas?" Yeah, when I saw him next, yeah, because I'd heard from from the other employees what had happened, and
yeah, so I just sort of left it. But yeah, I still continued to do business with them for some time after.
I mean, I suppose it's conceivable. It's not likely. It's conceivable that he might be listening to this, and he'll put two and two together, and he'll know that it was. He'll all the pieces all fall into place. Anything? If you've got a message for him, anything you'd like to say to him?
Yeah, under the statute of limitations, it's more than 7 years, so you can't sue me now.
Yeah, I expect he's all right now, isn't he? Don't you think?
He was quite old then. He's probably not with us any longer.
Oh. Well, I hope you didn't have a hand in that, did you?
No, but I'm feeling. So I feel a bit unburdened by it now. I've talked about it. Have you got any confessions of a similar ilk?
Crikey! I haven't got anything that would even come close to that.
I remember myself and my two brothers. We'd open each other's Christmas presents because they'd be piling up underneath the tree for a few days beforehand. So we'd open up one of the other brothers' presents, have a look what was inside, then rewrap it back up again. So yeah, we did. Yeah, so we could sort of laugh beforehand. We knew what was going to happen when we used to take it in turns of sitting around opening up a present at a time. It used to take a long time. Yeah, we used to do that.
What was the benefit of that then? Could you? I mean, I could see the point of that if you unwrapped Russ's present or Paul's present, and then just a few seconds before they revealed it to themselves, you could suddenly shout out what it was and ruin the surprise. But other than that, what was the purpose of doing that?
Just devilment, really. But I remember we used to have an auntie. She wasn't a real auntie. You used to call everyone auntie, didn't you?
Yeah,
she was a friend of. She was an old work colleague of my mum's.
Yeah.
And she used to, when I used to see her once a year, she used to pop around with some presents. But unfortunately, she didn't realise. She never appreciated that we were getting older. So she'd always buy us presents that were well below our age range. Do you know what I mean? I remember Russ, my older brother. He was a professional draftsman by this time. He hadn't left home, but he was well on his way. And this particular auntie had wrapped him up one of those little kiddies drawing sets, with a little plastic set square and that sort of thing in it. And that was one of the ones we always used to open beforehand because we knew it was going to be funny. So we would like to see the expression on the other person's face when they did actually get round to opening it up because we knew it would be stupid.
What did he do? Do you remember? He must have been very grateful for that as a draftsman. Little plastic protractor.
That's it. Yeah, yeah. He's delighted. My mum used to tell us off for laughing because it was a thought that counts and all that.
A little compass, I expect it had as well, did it?
Yeah, you know the sort, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I can picture the scene. Well, actually, if we're talking about inappropriate Christmas presents, I've got something for you there. My great uncle, so my mum's uncle, Uncle Will, who he lived with my nan and granddad. He was deaf as a post, and he used to buy some extraordinary Christmas presents. So on 2 consecutive years, he got me a Christmas pudding, which, I must have been 8 or 9. I mean, it's not the best of presents for a 9-year-old. And then the year after, when I must have been 9 or 10, he bought me a box of Rupert the Bear tissues.
Very well appreciated. Well, it's part of the it's part of the Christmas present opening experience, isn't it? When you get inappropriate stuff.
I suppose it is really. Yeah, I mean, that's sort of hiding that disappointment when you open something and it's underwhelming. What's worse than that, though, is when you are opening something and you think it's what you wanted, and then when you open it up, you realise it isn't what you wanted. Did you ever have that? Yeah,
you do. Yeah, when you anticipate something and it's something else.
Yeah,
a bit like the storyline in Love Actually, where the wife has seen her husband wrapping up a present, and she's anticipating a gold necklace which he bought for his mistress, and she ended up getting a Joni Mitchell CD instead. So that's bad enough in its own, getting a Joni Mitchell CD. But
I'd rather have a Joni Mitchell CD, to be honest. And anyway, you spoilt Love Actually now for me because I've never seen it, and now there's no.
Have you not?
No, it's too popular.
No, it is very popular. Yeah, cracking film.
I can remember opening a big rectangular box one year that was quite hefty, and I thought, fantastic! I've got Scale Electric. I always wanted it, and finally I've got it. Matchbox Motorway, wasn't it? Absolute shocker.
Yeah, we had a Matchbox Motorway. It was the poor man's Scale Electric, but it was functional. It was functional. Yes, but anyway, it's strange because I always used to like giving booze away as presents, and
what do you think that is?
I don't know. Probably because I wanted other people to join in with my passion.
Yeah,
but it's certainly something that since being in recovery, I wouldn't even dream of doing. You know, I don't encourage people to drink, not because I think they would have an issue with it, but I just feel very awkward. And I know a lot of people in groups have said the same. They feel awkward buying it. Mm-hmm. You know, some people have bought it for their partner who still drinks, for example. You know, and they do their weekly shop, and it's a real tough one. I hate it. I don't even go down the aisles in the supermarkets anymore. There's nothing down there for me.
It's the thing about that is. Drink tends to be the gift that people fall back on when they haven't got any other idea. Either when they haven't got any other ideas, or when they don't really know someone very well, right? So if you think, I'm going to get a gift for this person, I don't really know them very well. What should I get them? I'll get them a bottle of something, which you can kind of understand, but. Of course, it's also somewhat dangerous, isn't it? Because you might end up buying a bottle of drink for someone who either doesn't drink or, doesn't drink just because they don't drink, or doesn't drink because they're in recovery.
That's right, but also for the recovering alcoholic, if I bought some drink for someone and I brought it home to wrap it up, it's got to stay in my house for a while, and that's unhealthy.
Yeah.
So anyone that's listening, I haven't bought you drink for Christmas.
So does that mean you haven't bought me a bottle of something for Christmas?
Exactly right.
Crikey.
I haven't bought you anything. What do you think you are?
I suppose you won't. I don't suppose you'll be wanting a bottle of my slow gin then either, will you?
No, I won't. It's the devil's brew you're making. You should be ashamed of yourself. Well, I was thinking, do you know, all right, another little Christmas fact that I found, and I was doing a bit of research. In the last 15 years, 26 people have died from watering their Christmas tree with the lights on. That's bizarre, isn't it? Eh? People, shouldn't really be watering your Christmas tree indoors anyway, should you? But I know some people that do have live ones and put them in a pot. They will water them to try and keep the pine needles on.
Yeah,
and people have been electrocuting themselves. So
I thought you were supposed to put a little bit of water in the little reservoir in the base. So you're not supposed to do that. I thought you were supposed to do that.
You probably are, but I don't about those the new foam reservoirs. I think you're probably okay. But if you've got electricity running next to it, you could have trouble, couldn't you?
I mean, what on earth would possess you to water your Christmas tree so extensively that you risk electrocuting yourself? I mean, that's quite bizarre. I mean, I've got this kind of vision of people taking a sprinkler system indoors to their Christmas tree. How many people did you say have died doing that?
26 in the last 15 years. So it's fairly rare. But
that's a lot, actually, when you think about it. 26 people.
Yeah.
Is this in the UK or globally?
Globally.
Right. There weren't more than one of them from the same family, was there?
Look, I've just given you the bare bones, mate. I don't have to dig around for all the details. I know nothing else apart from that. In the UK, about 1,000 people a year end up in A&E from falling off of makeshift ladders, like tables and chairs where they're trying to decorate the Christmas tree. So another big health hazard. So I think we're doing well this week. We've given a few people a few pointers, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the trick there, of course, is not to buy a Christmas tree that's too big, right?
Exactly.
Have you got a Christmas tree?
Yes.
Have you? Oh, that surprises me. I thought you probably were going to be a little bit Scrooge and Grinch-like and say that you weren't bothering.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't put it up.
Oh, you haven't put it out. You've got one, but you just haven't put it up.
Yeah. No, it's in the box in the cupboard. Yeah, no, I haven't put it up. No.
Will you not be putting it up?
No.
Oh, why not?
Well, we're all in isolation. There's been no one coming round, and I don't want to.
You can look at it and feel all festive.
Yeah, I could do, but I'm not feeling that festive, to be honest.
Oh God, that's it. Bring the mood down. This is going out on Christmas Eve, for God's sake.
Okay, yeah, I have got one up. It's brilliant. Yeah, it took me ages. The lights can be seen from miles around.
Next, you'll be telling me that you're not leaving a mince pie and a carrot out for Rudolph and Santa Claus.
I remember when I was when the kids were young, I used to get them to leave a mince pie and a tot of Jack Daniels out, which I told them that Father Christmas loved a bit of JD, and that was that. So I had problems even back then, didn't I? All those years ago.
I'm quite surprised you didn't tell him just to leave the bottle out and he could help himself.
Look how much Santa's drunk this year. It's a disgrace. Do you remember last week you were talking to me? You put me on the spot last week about bad Christmas songs or Christmas songs you really didn't like.
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And I remember there was one, I looked it up because I couldn't remember some of the ones that I came across the old Bruce Springsteen one, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, which I really, really don't like. But there's another couple of songs that I came across that I didn't really know. But there's one by Bon Jovi called Backdoor Santa, which I thought was a bad title. It's not good, is it? I think it must be taking the mickey somewhere, but I think, the chimney was blocked. You know what I mean? There's lots
is that a euphemism?
There's all sorts of inferences there. I don't want to talk about it anymore, I don't think, but I listened to it through. I thought that is a terrible song. With most Christmas songs, you've got to put a few little sleigh bells in it. It makes it sound Christmassy, doesn't it? You can get away with it. This had none.
Oh, really? Well, no, that's. I was having that conversation with someone the other day about how if you put sleigh bells on anything, it makes it sound Christmassy. You can write a terrible Christmas song and put a sleigh bell on it, and it sounds Christmassy.
But there was a song I did come across which I thought was quite relevant to the themes of our podcast. Really, it's one by John Denver.
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it was called "Please, Daddy, Don't Get Drunk on Christmas."
Yeah, I know that song.
Do you?
Yeah.
And I thought, whoa, this sounds. It's not a particularly good song, but I think there's a lot. The sentiment behind it was, I don't know, made me think a lot.
Yeah.
It's quite a powerful song, really. I mean, it was. I was reading there was a review in Esquire magazine about it. All right, and I'll just read it out to what they said when they listened to it. They said, "Nothing says holiday cheer like a child pleading with his emotionally abusive alcoholic father not to get shit-faced and pass out under the tree again." Whilst that's certainly fertile and appropriate territory for a country song the rest of the year, the contrast between the subject matter and the jaunty holiday arrangement here is enough to drive you to the bottle yourself. So I just thought I listened to it. I thought, it's just a sad song, and it's probably one, a situation that, people are probably far too familiar with it. Some children going through exactly that situation.
Yeah, I'm sure that's
yeah. Yeah, and I didn't think it was when I listened to it, I didn't think it was a song that you should be flippantly jocular over, to be honest. But there we go. I've ended up.
You're not going to be adding that to your Christmas playlist, then. I'm
not. No, it's one that I think is very almost in poor taste, but quite relevant.
Yeah. So that's it. Have you? I can't remember. Did we talk about our favourite Christmas songs?
No, I don't think we did. I don't know if it's, again, not giving it much thought. Fairy Tale of New York is probably, when it first came out, I thought this is just fantastic. But now it's one of those, like all Christmas songs, get played absolutely to death. And end up resenting.
Didn't they censor it on BBC this year, didn't they? So they couldn't play it because it was offensive to some people.
They did, yeah. The couple of the words were sort of changed and bleeped out, which I suppose, I don't know, it sort of ruins the artistic integrity of the song as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed.
But yeah, okay, yeah. So I'd still say it's probably my favourite. What about yourself?
Yeah, I think I'd probably have to go with that. It's quite hard to find anything better than that, isn't it? So whenever I hear, you're right, it's massively overplayed, but when you hear it, it is kind of Christmas.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And in fact, going back to those comments you're making about the John Denver song, in a way that the Fairy Tale in New York is a is a very different but much more acceptable way of illustrating some of the darker aspects of Christmas, don't you think?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, the guy being in the drunk tank and that sort of thing. Yeah.
You look a bit like Shane MacGowan.
I remember seeing him, saw Shane MacGowan, or watched the Pogues a number of times, but he used to bring a bottle of Jack Daniels on stage with him, and he was so drunk he could barely sing.
Yeah, when we saw the Pogues at Reading, I seem to remember that he disappeared off stage for about half an hour.
He did. Yeah.
I don't know what was happening. He was probably trying to find a cubicle and then spraying some pledge around.
Get rid of his bad breath.
It's amazing, actually. It's quite a miracle he's still alive, isn't it, really?
It is. I mean, he's probably pickled from the inside out, a bit like Ronnie Wood. It does amaze you. Anyway, we're rambling on a bit here, and I've sort of run out of notes.
Well, that's good, because we don't want to hold up. I don't really hold up people for too long, do we, on Christmas? Because there's things to do, aren't there? There's mince pies to make, and
absolutely.
What else is there to do? Terrible television to watch.
Terrible. Yeah. Wrap up. The last minute wrapping. That's
about it, isn't it? There's nothing else to do this year, is there?
No. Just be miserable.
Have you got a Christmas message for our listeners?
Stay safe.
Yeah, I think that's best, isn't it? Don't drink too much.
Don't drink at all. Stay safe. Don't go out. Have a miserable time.
Yeah. Happy Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay, so it just leaves us really to for me to wish you a happy-ish Christmas.
Thank you, and yourself, and to anyone that's listening as well.
Yeah, and we'll see you. Our next episode will be on New Year's Eve, won't it? I think.
Oh right, okay. I suppose it will.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a New Year's Eve one. There's loads of stories for that, as you can imagine. Yeah. It's the highlight of the alcoholics calendar.
Right, we'll look forward to that then. All right, I'll see you next week.
See you later, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye. Sideways was created by Graham Landy and Martin Pankhurst. If you want to read more about our work, visit grahamlandywellbeing.co.uk/sideways-podcast. You can follow us on Twitter, you can find us on Facebook at Sideways Podcast, or you can email us to let us know what you think of the show and with anything else that you'd like to ask us. And finally, we want to thank you for listening, wish you a very happy Christmas, and ask that if you've enjoyed what you've heard, that you spread the word. And we'll see you next week. They've got cars big as bars, they've got rivers of gold, but the wind blows right through you, it's no place for the old. When you first took my hand on a cold Christmas Eve, you promised me Broadway was waiting for me.